Disappearing amid President Xi Jinping's massive anti-corruption campaign, there are now 5 reported cases of high-powered business titans who have gone missing. The disappearances may be linked to this ongoing corruption campaign. So for more on this, we bring in the author of The Coming Collapse of China, Gordon Chang. So Gordon, welcome. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Thank you so much. So
just as we hear of these 5 executives disappearing, one from a different company has returned. It's an executive from Hong Kong, a brokerage firm. He resurfaced after he, quote, had been assisting in certain investigations carried out by mainland authorities. What does the Chinese government want right now? And does this have to do with the market tanking this summer?
Yeah, there are 2 things going on. First of all, there's the broader anti-corruption campaign that you referred to, but that really is a political purge masquerading as a corruption campaign. Xi Jinping, the Chinese president, has been conducting this now for 3 years, and he's basically gone through all levels of society as well as all sectors of society, the military, politics, now business. The second thing is because of the mid-June stock collapse, basically, Chinese authorities want to prevent institutions from selling, and they are intimidating brokers and all sorts of other elements in China's financial market. And that's why we have seen so many people detained since August, with the CITIC Securities executives being detained, and then we've seen so many others disappeared.
Now, looking at the missing persons here, do you believe that they actually have an ability to communicate important market-oriented information or corruption information to the government that would actually help clean up the situation in mainland China right now?
No, I mean, those executives don't have that information. What they're really trying to do is to prevent people from selling. And we've seen from the first week of July, when Beijing started to attack the stock market decline, they've criminalized all sorts of forms of selling. They prevented institutions from unloading stock. They've done all sorts of things to try to keep the market high. And to a certain extent, they've succeeded in arresting the decline, but they killed stock market activity. And now what we have is that epidemic of suicides and also this reign of terror, which some people have said is reminiscent of the beginning of the Cultural Revolution. I don't think it's quite that bad, but nonetheless, we are seeing this new mood of dread in China's financial markets, and that's got to be bad for the economy and for the markets themselves.
Well, also, Gordon, in China, we want to show you some video of a deadly landslide in Shenzhen down south, where a mountain of construction waste enveloped part of the city. It actually caused buildings to collapse, and the debris covered cars. 2 people were rescued from the debris, according to state-run media, but people have died. 4,000 people affected by this, Gordon. What caused the collapse here?
Well, apparently they piled on construction material too high, about 20 stories. And so eventually it was going to fall. It was just a matter of physics. But what the real underlying cause is that people in the area knew that this was unsafe. They complained about it for years. And indeed, 5 months ago, this construction pile was ordered to close, but it didn't. And the reason is because of China's political system, all of this bottom-up pressure could not affect officials. They knew that they could continue doing this. They're making a lot of money, probably under the table, and clearly at the lowest levels of the Chinese government is extremely corrupt. And so we shouldn't be surprised that this happened in Shenzhen or in, for instance, the Tianjin chemical fire in August. It's the same thing. You could tell something was wrong, but people could not stop it.
All right, Gordon Chang, the author of The Coming Collapse of China, thank you for joining us from Shanghai.
Thank you.